What's going on, guys? D. Anthony here with Evolution Traders. In this video, we're going to go over the Nasdaq 100. We're going to kind of look at the price action that we had this past week, kind of get ready going into next week. So before I get started, it was a shortened down week, right? With the holiday this weekend, markets were obviously closed on Friday. So again, for new traders or people that maybe, found this week trading a little bit more difficult, okay? I want to kind of explain something. Anytime we get going into a long weekend, anytime there's some type of, holiday hours or something where, the big money players are going to step away for a little bit, generally speaking, around Thanksgiving time, that Black Friday time, around Christmas, 4th of July, Easter, so forth and so forth. Some of these major holidays here, you get less market participants, which means that generally speaking, you can go into areas of distribution or consolidation. Now, if you kind of look at the chart that's on my screen, what I'm looking at here is the daily time frame. And if we kind of just go back this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you can see we kind of just drifted lower, okay? Now, is there technical damage done? Not really. Could we still have more room to pull back? 100%. Could the market absolutely explode to the upside next week? 100%. So one thing that I always want you guys to kind of keep in mind is that you have to always be prepared and kind of do your chart work and do your technical analysis to be ready for both sides of the trade. That way, you never really get caught in one particular direction, right? Expecting the market to go lower and the market's going higher, you fail to take a trade. Expecting the market to go higher while the market is pulling back and failing to take the short trade. So just kind of looking at, this previous week, we had a lot of inside days, meaning where we really never builded upon the previous day high, builded upon the previous day low. And anytime you start going into consolidation, you go into this distribution cycle, there's going to be a big move coming. Now, whether that big move is to the upside or to the downside is yet to be determined until we actually start to confirm some of these lower levels. But I want to give you guys some prices and some levels to kind of look at here. So if you notice the price action, especially the last few months, let's say to even start the year of 2024, we get these 3-4 day pullbacks, we get an explosion. We get 4 or 5 day consolidation periods, we get a new high. We get a 2-3 day pullback, we get a new high. We get a 3 day pullback, we get a new high. We get a 4 or 5 day distribution cycle into rising daily supply. Do we get the new high? Maybe. Or does this continue to roll over? Now, what I want you guys to focus on is March the 27th. I want you guys to look at that candlestick on the daily time frame. Notice the low wick here. That low wick is sitting at 18,378. Below that, so if price does start to confirm those low prices, we have a rising 20-day moving average sitting at around 18,300. Okay, so is there a lot of room? Maybe 50-70 points worth of downside room here. Definitely, if you're a shorter term trader, a scalper, you can definitely catch that. Anything below 327 lows is a short position into this rising 20-day moving average. Now, I want to make something very, very clear. Go to the left of the chart. Notice how when we pull into this 20-day moving average, we either consolidate and then pop. We consolidate and then pop. We consolidate and then we pop. So the 20-day moving average, especially for 2024, has definitely been acting as a very, very strong level of support. So as we start to pull back here, you can look for some type of washout, look for some type of, flush into this 20-day moving average. And then maybe that might be a good opportunity to try to play a little bit of a reversion trade off of this rising daily support. Now, if we do close, okay, you get a candle on the daily time frame that closes below the 20-day moving average. That following day is 100% short biased. You're going to ignore the pops, let it bounce, let it do whatever it wants to do. And as soon as it loses the low, you want to make sure and be short. Now, that would have a tremendous amount of room down all the way down to around that 18,000 level. That's going to be our rock hard sort of support. That's a linear regression channel. We also got a rising 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. Now, again, for kind of, market direction, anytime we're trading over the 50-day moving average still is bullish, right? So the the bulls can still step in at any time and take control of this chart. But again, right now, no one really has any control. And, especially going into the long weekend here with the holiday, it was a rest period, right? There's not a lot of active participants. So if you blew up accounts this week, if you lost a lot of money this week, you really have to take a step back and kind of ask yourself, why are you pushing the foot on the gas so much when you know that market conditions are not the best, when you know we're heading into a long holiday weekend, when you know the volume is a little bit less, when you know the fact that we're not building upon the previous day's high or low channels? Why are you continuing to press so hard? Again, remember, it can take one day to make up a whole week's worth of gains, right? You can have a fantastic trading day that, allows you to essentially put your feet up for the rest of the week. And it also takes one day that you can completely wipe away 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month worth of work, right? A month where you can trade fantastic for 3 weeks. And all of a sudden you have one bad day because you're forcing trades that makes you give up everything that you did over the past 30 days. So again, one day never defines us. So we never want one specific trading day to ever define us. So again, what are we looking for to the top side? For me personally, I'm looking to get back over the 5-day moving average on the daily time frame and get over 18,571, and I would be very, very interested to go to the long side. To the short side, we're looking at the 27th lows, and again, I'm looking to take profits into that 20-day moving average. And if we do lose the 20-day moving average and we have candles closes below that, I would be looking for a macro short position after that. I hope this video strikes you guys well. If it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, enjoy your weekend, enjoy time with the family, friends, or even by yourself. Just get away from the screens a little bit, but make sure before you come back into next week, you at least do some type of charting, pull up the chart, see if you can cross-reference with what I see as far as the market direction and being prepared to go on both sides of the trade. I'll see all of you guys next week.